Perfect. Hey, good Shabbos, everybody. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
My name is Aaron Miller. I'm one of the rabbis here at Washington Hebrew Congregation, and what a joy it is to see all of you. What a joy it is to be joined by my favorite violinist, or one of them for sure, certainly tonight, Matvey Sigalov, and to be joined by our newest percussionist, Logan Smith. Thank you so much for being here, Logan. Of course, we have Dan Brown on upright bass. We've got Kenner Bortnick running the show.
And also on piano, David Lang.
Oh, of course. Thank you so much. I realized I just did your job. I'm so sorry.
You did, but that's okay.
But anyway,
take my part anytime.
It's fantastic to see all of you. To be a part of the Shabbat experience, I want to take a moment before we begin to let's just get to know each other. We are in a great month in the Jewish calendar, right? A great month in the Jewish calendar.
Were you asking me? I thought
Yeah.
you were asking them.
Yeah. This is Cheshvan. This is Cheshvan. You know how many holidays are in Cheshvan? Zero. So yeah, I mean, I miss the holidays, but here's what I want you guys to do. There's Shabbat, of course,
Shabbat,
but
yeah.
I want you to turn to someone sitting next to you.
And B'nai Mitzvah.
I want you to turn to someone sitting next to you. I want you to share, someone who you don't know yet. I want you to share your name. That means turning around. Share your name. Share where you were coming from before you got to here, and bear with me.
Wait.
If you could add a Jewish holiday to this month, what holiday would that be? Meet each other, turn around, meet each other. Yeah, that's what this is about. Purim, 100%.
Oh, I thought you meant a new holiday.
No, Jewish holiday.
Oh, Purim.
Yeah.
No, Purim would be deadly on the heels of a high holiday.
That would be deadly. I like the way you think. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Right. Beautiful. We could sing all we want, but this is what Shabbos should sound like right here. This is what Shabbos should sound like.
We are grateful that you are with us, and if you are watching the live stream, we apologize it took a while to get loaded, but luckily by the time the whole congregation came into the chapel, you were up and running. So
we're here.
We are grateful that you are with us. We are grateful that all of you are with us, and we are going to begin our service on page 12 with Lechun Ranana. Please join us.
Lechun
And so we turn away from what was, and we turn for these next 24 hours of Shabbat to what could be, as we exalt Adonai our God and bow toward God's holy hill, for Adonai our God is holy. Bottom of page 17, we're going to join in Romemu.
Romemu, 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 Adonai Eloheinu, ve'hishachavu, lahadon rablav kadoshu. Romemu,
We're going to be continuing on page 20 and 21 with L'chadodi. And I want to turn just to this almost last line of L'chadodi, that Shabbat comes to the people that keeps its faith, that Shabbat comes to those who are ready for Shabbat. I've seen so many people come into services, just they haven't been here for a while. So many people who've come in, and the last time you were here, you were young. The last time you were here, you may have been bored. The last time you were here, you were folding your arms and thinking, I can't wait to leave, right? But, and I'm not just saying here, right? But the last time you may have entered into a holy space. But Shabbat comes to the people who are ready for it. And holiness comes to the people who are ready for it. And if you are ready for this moment, and if you are ready for Shabbat to enter into your life and to change you, to enter into your life and transform you, then change and even transformation is possible. Shabbat comes to people who are ready for it. And so as we are ready for Shabbat, we're going to join in this prayer welcoming in the Sabbath bride, joining in verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. Come verse 9, we're going to rise, we're going to face the doors through which we entered and welcome in the Sabbath bride.
La
space the doors.
Shalom, Ateret Bala, Gam Besimcha, Ubertzola, Toch Emune, Am Segula, Boichala, Boichala.
We'll turn back around. Page 28, we continue with Baruch Hu.
As we turn to our prayer of creation, which you can find on page 30 and 31, I invite you to either join with me, or you can use this time to contemplate the beauty that surrounds us when we go outside. There is nothing like an East Coast fall with the gorgeous trees, and despite all of the running around many of us do, we have the gift of being able to see red and yellow and green and burgundy and orange surrounding us. And so even though you cannot see the parkland behind us, you can still imagine the beauty that exists there. And so we take this moment to give thanks for the creation of the world around us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidbaro mariv aravim echokma pateach
We turn to these words of oneness that we use to begin each day, to end each day, as we turn to page 34 with Shabbat.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated, and we turn to the Haftarah on page 36.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshatam liot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'yisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Amen.
We're going to take a moment now as we go to our prayer of freedom on page 40 with Mi Chamocha. I want to take a moment before we start. That this is the second week in a row I did not want to talk about anti-Semitism. This is the second week in a row where I wish that this last week was just a blip. This is the second time now where we see that what happened and started, at least directly in our faces a few weeks ago, is still very much here and growing. And Mi Chamocha promises that the place we are now is not the place we were meant to stay. That even though it feels like we are back, even though it feels like this scourge that has poisoned so much of humanity for thousands of years is back with such force, that there is still yet a leaving to come. That there is a leaving, that there is movement, that there is a step away from the darkness of this chapter to a place that we have not yet been. And the first step is a fight. That first step is a challenge. That first step is a leaving that few are willing to take. But with that leaving comes a new chapter, the likes of which, please God, we have not seen before, and begin a chapter of peace and a blessing for us all. And so let's join together in this prayer of leaving, Mi Chamocha. for God who accompanies us on every great leaving. We turn to page 42 for Hapares Sukkot Shalom. These are the last two lines of the Hebrew of the page.
Hashkivenu. I imagine your presence as the gracious, majestic, rich green canopy of a tree stretching upward, outward, with me nestled quietly against the sturdy trunk. Keep me dry from the rains of sadness. Save me from the cold winds of doubt. Protect me from the darkness of the unknown, so that I may rise and venture forth and touch your world. Be the presence I feel, your canopy over me, under me, surrounding me, sheltering me with peace. Baruch atah, atah Adonai, haporei sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Baruch atah, Baruch atah, atah Adonai, haporei sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah, atah Adonai, haporei sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Israel.
And for the covenant of time that lasts for all time, we turn to page 44 and join in Vishamru.
V'shamiru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat, la'asot et haShabbat, lidorotam beritolam. V'shamiru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat, la'asot et haShabbat.
page 45.
Marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat has arrived in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night, and eternity utters a day. Eternity utters a Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanara El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Onei Hakol Mezocher Chasdei Avot B'imahot Umevi Geula Livnei B'neihem Leman Shemo B'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechaye HaKol Atah Rab Lehoshia Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem Mechakel Chayim B'Chesed Mechaye HaKol Be'rachamim Rabim Somech Noflim V'Rofer Cholim U'Matir Asurim U'Mekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Ba'al Givurot U'Mido Melach Melech Memit U'Mechayev U'Matzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh hakol Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh U'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated. And at this moment of our Shabbat service, and every Shabbat service, as you wrote so beautifully in your journal entry,
Thank you.
we celebrate. Shabbat's a time of joy. It's a time of simcha, and this does not mean that everything is going well, but it does mean that there is some part of your life that is. And so if there has been a joy, if there's been a simcha, if there's been something worth celebrating from last Shabbat until this one, I'd love for you to raise your hand and share it with us. From last Shabbat to this, if there's been a joy, a simcha, yeah, please.
This is the 78th anniversary of Bar Mitzvah.
We have the same bar mitzvah parsha. Can I shake your hand? This is fantastic. We have my bar mitzvah twin, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. All right, wonderful. Other simchas, other joys, 78-year bar mitzvah anniversary, please.
Both turning COVID negative.
Thank God, COVID negative. Hopefully the rest of you are just sharing that simcha tonight as well. Cantor, please.
So it's really my dad's simcha. My dad turns 80 today. But my part of the simcha is he'll be here next week for my daughter's bat mitzvah, and we'll get to celebrate. So, and also you're welcome to all join us for the bat mitzvah and my dad's birthday.
Terrific.
Next
to
week.
120 and in good health, as we say. Other simchas, joys from last week to this. Other simchas. Yes, please.
My grandson just had his bar mitzvah last week.
Terrific. Grandson just had a bar
Mazel
mitzvah
tov.
last week. Mazel tov. Yes, please, Franklin.
3 days ago, I had a birthday.
I'm going to
days
call
away,
you
you
up
have
in
a
just a
birthday.
minute.
Perfect.
Yeah, I saw another hand. Yeah, Ricky.
We moved into a new house over the summer, and this week I took our dog out for a walk and realized that we moved into an autumnal wonderland.
An autumnal
Autumnal
wonderland.
wonderland.
Also known as Arlington? Alexandria. I got the A, but not the rest of it. Yes, please.
Today's my birthday.
Today
Today's
is your birthday.
Today. Woohoo!
Are you 13 today? 13 today? Oh my gosh. 20.
Says our bat
This
mitzvah.
one.
She says she's
This
20.
one's got some sass. I
Woo!
love it.
Watch
other
out,
simchas. Joys from last week to this. Yes.
My nephew turned 1 and we had a Halloween birthday.
Nephew, did you hear this? Nephew turned 1, Halloween birthday. Cutest birthday party I could imagine. Wonderful. For all of the simchas, we say together, Modim anachnu lach. Modim anachnu lach. And today, being the first Friday of November, this is the first time we're doing this, and I'm actually really excited. We've invited anyone who would like to share a birthday with us. Anybody
A
who has-
November birthday.
A November birthday.
We're going to do it every month. Don't worry.
Yeah. A November birthday. If you have shared your November birthday with us, I would like to call forward, and if you are here, although if you're not here and you're joining us by a live stream, happy birthday to you all. Joan Churchill to come forward. I don't think she's here. Ava Furshine, Marjorie Goldman, Tina Lazaro, Franklin Marks, Ethan Millstone. Yeah, he is. Gwen Rosenthal, Bonnie Sherman, and Miranda Singer. If you heard your name and it's your birthday in November, come on forward. We have
And if you're on live
birthday
stream, we are blessing you as well.
for you, a birthday blessing for you. Do you want to use the
You wanna
television?
open? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay, great. Come on forward. Happy birthday. So your birthday, you're turning 10. 10. Wonderful. Here, come on forward. Come
don't
on
know that I can do
forward.
this with the
So this is
guitar
going to be
here.
one of 2 priestly benedictions that we have for our birthdays. Come close. Yeah, Cantor, if you could help with the
I'm trying.
with the blessing.
I've kind of got.
You have so many things
I
here.
know.
Let me do this.
a good thing I'm a mom.
I'm hands-free here. I'm hands-free.
Oh, except I'm not tall enough now.
So as we
Can you hold it
bless,
over yourself?
as we bless
Perfect.
you youngins, on this amazing day, may this birthday be, may this month be a day of simcha and joy. May the year ahead be a year of simcha and joy. May you enjoy peace and blessing, and may the things that you want to come true come true. So we have a priestly benediction, which we will do now, and also at the end of our service. Yavarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha, may God show God's face to you and be gracious unto you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, may God show God's face to you and grant you peace. And there's a song that we say on a birthday like this.
There is. It goes like this. Yom Holedet Sameach, Yom Holedet Sameach, Yom Holedet Sameach, Yom Holedet Sameach.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy
get the priestly
birthday.
blessing
Happy birthday to you. Oh my gosh, today's the day. Happy 20th. Happy birthday to you. Take a seat, everybody. Take a seat. Happy birthday to all of you and to all of you joining online.
And as we just recited a blessing that ends with God granting peace, we turn to our prayer of peace,
Thank you, Dan.
which you can find, Shalom Rav, on page 60, and we join together. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom
In just a moment, we're going to pause for silent prayer. But before we do, I'd like to turn to page 143 for meditation before we do. Holy One, give me a quiet heart and help me to hear the still, small voice that speaks within me. It calls me to come close to you and to grow in your likeness. It teaches me to do my work faithfully, even when no one's eye is upon me. It counsels me to judge others kindly and to love them freely, for it persuades me to see divinity in everyone I meet. Help me, O God, to come to the end of each day feeling that I used its gifts wisely and faced its trials bravely. Let's pause for a moment of silent prayer. And so often when we turn to silent prayer, our prayers are not for us. Our prayers are for the people who we love. Our prayers are for the people who we care about. Our prayers are for the people in our lives who are in need of healing, who in this moment are not yet whole. And so knowing that healing comes in so many ways and in so many forms, if there is someone who you are thinking about now as we join in Misha Berach, I'll invite you to share their name out loud or elevate it in your heart as my eyes meet yours. Page 253.
Before
Well, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good Shabbos, everybody. Is there anybody in your life who just gets under your skin? Yeah? Okay. Hopefully it's not anybody. Those hands went up quick. Hopefully it's not anybody you're sitting next to, but we all have that person who just, do they drive us crazy. My mother is a therapist. A really good therapist, actually, and she has guided me through a number of people who have, suffice it to say, gotten under my skin over the years. And her advice was really interesting. She said, and I'm going to share this. This is the not as good news. The not as good news is you can't change people. You can't change people. You can try all you want. You can't change people, but you might be able to understand them a little bit better. And with that understanding might come a little bit of agency, and with that understanding might come a lot more empathy. Because here's the deal. Everybody, I don't care who it is, has a backstory. Everybody has a backstory. And I can promise you, as unpleasant as those people might be, they did not want to be that way. Somebody made them that way. Circumstances made them that way. Some kind of something going on in their life made them that way. And for those of you who are therapists in the room, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Something made them that way. And if you can understand their backstory, you might have some rachmanis, right? You might have some kindness, some mercy in your heart for people who otherwise wouldn't deserve it. It's not for them, it's for you. But everyone's got a backstory. And unless, and if you're, by the way, not willing to go through all that effort, you can at least do what they say where we are from, which is just bless your heart and move on from there, right? But once you understand your backstory, you understand actually a lot from even the people who you might not otherwise agree with. And that's where we get to in this week's Torah portion. This week's Torah portion, as we know, which starts the Jewish story, Parshat Lech Lecha, is the beginning of it all, of the beginning of this project called Judaism, where God speaks to Avram and says, do you remember? And says, Lech Lecha, go, get yourself out of, I'm going to read this to you, your native land, your father's house, to the land that I will show you. God commands Avram to leave. And hey, this is great. This deserves a little tennis clap, right? For Avram, hang tight. Abraham is commanded to go and to leave, and Abraham goes and he leaves. And that's fantastic and good and begins the Jewish story. But that's just the beginning. Every hero needs a sidekick. And Abraham's sidekick is a man named Lot. Lot familially is Abraham's nephew. And here's why I love Lot. Lot, as our parsha says, I'm going to read this to you. Avram went forth as God had commanded him, terrific Mazel Tov Avram, and Lot went with him. Right? Lot goes with Abraham. Now, the amazing thing about Abraham is that God commands Abraham to leave, and Abraham leaves. The more amazing thing about Lot is that Lot was not commanded. God never told Lot to go. God never promised Lot the blessings that we'll talk about at the end of this. God never promised Lot anything. But Lot was looking for righteousness. Lot was looking for a new beginning. Lot was looking for a path forward to make the world a more whole and holy place. And Lot, even without being commanded, gets up and goes. This is standing ovation for Lot, right? This is the put him on your shoulders and dump the Gatorade on his head, right? This is so much more interesting and so much more important who simply follows God's command. And so, what happened to Lot? What happened to Lot? If Lot does this most incredible thing, I don't know all of your names here, I know many of you, but I'm assuming that none of you are named Lot. Is that fair to say? Just by a show of hands, does anybody know somebody named Lot? Anybody have a Hebrew name Lot? Anybody planning on having children and naming them Lot? You know why? You know why? Because of his backstory. And I'm going to share with you the backstory now. So everything is going well with Abraham and Lot. They get along really well. They're both on God's path. They're both towards this journey of righteousness and holiness, and everything is going well. And then there was a famine in the land. And they go down to Egypt, the whole mishpacha. Everybody goes down to Egypt. And I'll spare you the story, but for those of you who are in my Torah study, suffice it to say, it was not rated G. A lot of things happen in Egypt. Abraham and Lot emerge with wealth unlike they had ever had before, unlike anything they had come across. They come out of Egypt with wealth. And all of a sudden, as our parsha says, they were quarreling. All of a sudden, Abraham and Lot stopped getting along. And so Abraham is looking at Lot and he's wondering where Lot stands. And he in a way presents Lot with a test, with a challenge. He says, look, this is not working out. This is not working out. Let's try separating. You go north, I'll go south. You go south, I'll go north. Lot, look around wherever you want to go, you can go. And Lot looks around and he sees this beautifully well-watered plain of Sodom and Gomorrah. You've heard that term before, right? These are not good places. Imagine Mad Max meets Las Vegas, right? It's a terrible place to be. But Lot sees Sodom and Gomorrah in this well-watered plain. And what does Lot do? Now, this is the critical moment, right? Because remember, Lot left, like Abraham, left everything behind to pursue a path of righteousness, holiness, wholeness, and peace. That's why he left. And now he's come across quite a bit of stuff. And he's looking around, and he sees this well-watered plain in Sodom and Gomorrah, and he sees a business opportunity, right? He sees an opportunity to take what he has and to make it a lot more. So what does he do? Oh, Lot. So Lot chose for himself the whole plain of the Jordan, and Lot journeyed eastward. Thus they parted from each other. Lot's journey started with a place of righteousness, and it ended with a place that was so far from it. Lot gave up his why for a what? He gave up his why for a what? Now, I want to be very clear here. There's nothing wrong with wealth. It's a good thing, right? Jews, we don't take vows of poverty. That's not a part of our faith tradition. We've been poor enough throughout our history to know that this is not a good thing. This is not what we aspire to. Wealth can bring with it a number of blessings, but Parshat Lech Lecha is our black label warning on the side of that prescription bottle that says, caution may cause side effects. Caution may cause side effects. And I'll tell you what some of these side effects are. Well, I'll give you my own family story. I have two daughters, Eliana and Tali. They are 7 and 5 years old, respectively. Now they have no dollars, and that's another story. But at one point, they had $12 each, right? Their grandparents, one of them gave them a 10, and then they got $2 more. Doesn't matter. They had $12 each. And they asked, what can we do with this money? And so, unwisely, I introduced them to Amazon.com. And they scrolled through Amazon for about 15 glorious minutes of, look at all these things we can buy with $12. But then they clicked on the button that said $15 and up, and they saw all these other things. And then they realized they could combine their money and get something that was $24. But then when you get to the things that are $25, they're so much better, and you see how things go. About 20 minutes after they got their windfall, they became the most miserable little children in the world. Right? And there have been studies, this is just my 7 and 5-year-old, right? There have been studies on wealth, and this doesn't always happen. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. But there are side effects unless you are careful. And the people who have studied, those who have come across more wealth than they at one point thought that they would have, can sometimes experience symptoms like loneliness. Because the world that is not you does not understand the world that you are in. The other side effects, suspicion. You don't know why people are talking to you. You don't know why someone's being nice to you. You always have that in the back of your head. Why is this person here talking to me right now? A profound sense of fragility, right? What you have could be taken away or could vanish overnight. We're in a moment of real financial uncertainty right now in our country and in our world. People who have come across wealth are feeling that sense of uncertainty. Again, there's nothing wrong with it, but you got to be careful because it comes with some side effects, right? It's not all good. A very wise person who is here in the room once told me that wealth can solve a lot of inconveniences and a couple of problems, but that's about it. That's about it. The problem is it can cause a lot more problems than you expect. Cause a lot more problems than you expect. But here's the good news. Here's the good news. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. And if Parshat Lech Lecha has one message, it is you can use wealth wisely. You can actually use it to improve your life and not make it worse. And here's where the story goes. It's a very strange Torah portion, as you might remember. It's a very strange Torah portion. After we have God speaking this Lech Lecha and the blessing, which we'll get to at the very end, there are these wars. You remember these wars. There are these wars. There are these 4 kings that battle these 5 kings. And in the process, Lot gets kidnapped. Remember Lot? We forgot about him already, right? Remember Lot? So Lot gets kidnapped. And Abraham, even though he doesn't want to, goes to rescue his nephew Lot. Miraculously, he overthrows the kings who had kidnapped him, and all of a sudden has acquired the wealth of nations, right? He's not just wealthy, he's acquired the wealth of nations. And so Abraham now has the same quandary that Lot had in an earlier chapter. What is he going to do with his windfall, right? What is he going to do with his windfall? Remember what Lot did, right? He saw a business opportunity, and he went from being a follower of Abraham to being a resident of Sodom and Gomorrah. Remember that? Right? Abraham now has the same quandary. What is he going to do with the wealth that he's come across that he did not expect to have, but is now his? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, comes one of the more unusual people in the Bible. He comes out of nowhere, no context. His name is Melchizedek. Anybody know Melchizedek in your life? No, right? Because he's a cameo. That's it. Just a cameo in this week's Parsha. But it's an interesting cameo because he's described as a priest of God Most High. Melchizedek, priest of God Most High. That's all we know about him. Melchizedek goes up to Abraham, blesses Abraham, and get what happens next. Abraham gives him 10% of everything. Wow. Abraham gives him 10% of everything. So how can having make you happy? By giving some of it away. By giving some of it away. By having a lighter touch on the things that deserve a lighter touch, and things, Abraham teaches, deserve a lighter touch. How can you become happy with what you have? Give some of it away. And so I want to go back to the beginning. This is how we're going to wrap up. We're going to go back to the beginning. In the beginning of our parsha, immediately after God tells Abraham, Lech lecha, go, God gives Abraham a blessing that I want to share with you. God blesses Abraham by saying, I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you, and I will make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. To which our rabbis ask, that wouldn't do it for me. That's not what they say, right? But if God could bless Abraham with anything, why does God bless Abraham with these things? Or alternatively, why doesn't God bless Abraham with, I don't know, camels, oxen, bulls, rams, goats, land? You get the idea, right? Why does God give Abraham this blessing? To which our rabbis answer, this blessing is unlike any blessing that God had ever given, right? Abraham is the 20th generation of humanity after Adam and Eve, the 20th generation. No one has gotten the blessing that Abraham has gotten. You know what Abraham's blessing is? You know what makes him so absolutely unique in the scope of all of Jewish history? Abraham is the first person to walk the face of the earth who has the power to bless others. That is what makes Abraham great. Abraham is able to take what he has and turn it into a blessing. For Lot, what he came across destroyed him. It derailed him. It ruined him. For Abraham, he was able to take what he had and transform it into a blessing. That's what makes Abraham the beginning of the Jewish story. And your Jewish story can begin with this as well. To take what you have, to give some of it away, to take what you have and devote some of it to a purpose that is bigger than you. That is how having more can also make you happy. Or, as God blessed Abraham, that is how you shall become a blessing. That is how you and I can have a name that is truly great. Shabbat shalom. Good Shabbos, everybody. Please rise on page 282 for Aleinu.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. At this time in our service, we call to mind those who have been laid to rest in more distant days, but whose memory is here with us just as strongly as it has always been. This evening, in our time of memory, we as a congregation remember Dr. Eloar G. Abramson, Morris Abrams, Anna F. Adland, H. Max Ammerman, Emily Bank, Samuel Barron, Luis Dietz Bayless, H. Fanny Bentheim, Aaron W. Berkman, Anita Bavis, Gertrude S. Bonnet, Nellie Bernard Bonwit, Martin L. Braver, Jonathan J. Borlina, Marilyn Kedal, Rena C. Cohen, Wendy Coonan, Myron Coonan, Robin Kornfeld, Claire S. David, Lena Effett, Bernard Elrich, Anita Etzion, Mordechai J.D. Ezekiel, Samuel Feldman, Benjamin Bear Ferson, Jerome M. Fisher, David Fisher, Francois Fantuch Reinwab, Ernest Gertchner, Jewel Gordon, Isaac Greenberg, Victor Monroe Harkavy, William Jackson, Moses Jacobs, Isidore L. Kahn, Ida Myers Kaplan, Beverly Livingston Cass, Jack Kaufman, Saul Kaufman, Bunny Kortzer, Morris H. Krieger, Arnold Quart, Dr. Arnold Quart, Ellis Lackman, Sander E. Lackman, Harold H. Levy III, Rose Levin, Sidney Lieberman, Jacob S. Ludwig, Gary Allen Lustine, Joseph Marks, Lillian Marks, Shirley Marks, Robert Mars, Lily J. Miller, Patricia Miller, Eleanor Moskowitz, Max Moskowitz, Sarah Moskowitz, Elsa Gimbel Myers, Lowell Nirenberg, Juanita J. K. Nye, Solomon Oppenheimer, Harold Orkind, Joseph R. Palkin, Kate Paulsen, Lillian Plotzman, Esther Quint, Elias Rasher, Max M. Rich, Roberta J. Rosen, Leocadi L. Rosenberg, Anita Rosenstadt, Helen Rubin, Norma Rubenstein, Walter Rubenstein, Patricia B. Sagon, William Sam, Abraham Solander, Rosetta P. Safra, Dorothy Saperstein, Joel M. Savitz, Rose Schneiderman, Max Scher, Herman Kraft, Leon Kraft, Theodore D. Schneider, Fanny Schoenfeld, Murray M. Schott, Saul Schwartzbach, Bertram B. Schreier, Lillian Silverberg, Ida P. Sternberg, Taya Steifel, Rita Schwartz, Leon Taberner, Louis H. Towless, Carolyn L. Tyre, Leonard Weinberg, I. David Weitzel, Marcia Wallace, Tony L. Weiner, Jeannie Wyszynski, Julius Wolf, Shirley Ziffer, Paul Adler, Bonnie Dank, and Jacob Anson. To those names, we call to mind those laid to rest in more recent days. We remember Mike Schumann, Alan Burt Shatner, Linda Beyer, Leslie Miller, Joan Abramson Cutler, Ellen Yehuda, Etta Lieber, Laurel Barron, Rory Diamond, Stephen Menkes, Florence Kahn Allentuck, Joel Morowitz, and Betty A. Green. To those names, we elevate the names each of you carries in your heart as we turn to page 294 for our prayer of memory, Kaddish Yatom. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma v'yivarach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayei chon v'yomei chon, v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, bagala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'olam ulalnei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha b'richum. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran ba'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we together say, Amen. Amen. Please be seated. At this time in our service, I would like to call forward Matthew Reiskin, who is a member of our board of directors, who will share with us a little bit more on tonight and what is to come. There you go.
Too much to hold. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm Matthew Reiskin from the Board of Directors, as you just heard. Thank you for joining us tonight for this very special Shabbat evening. Announcements. Number one, join our interfaith partners for a special service to mark the anniversary of Kristallnacht. This year, our event will be held on Wednesday, November 9th. That's next week at 7 p.m. at St. Albans Episcopal Church. That is just around the corner that way, I think. It's free and open to everybody. Next, we invite you to honor Veterans Day next Friday, November 11th, and that is actually Veterans Day, with us and our featured speaker, Lieutenant Colonel Rebecca Aaron DeForest with the U.S. Army Reserve. Our sponsored snack, sip, and schmooze, I don't think I can say that one time fast, begins at 6 p.m. and our special Veterans Shabbat service will begin at 6:30, just like tonight. Be sure to visit the WWHC Holiday Boutique at JBSC on Sunday, November 13th and Monday the 14th from 9 to 6. There'll be lots of vendors and great silent auction items for everyone on your holiday shopping list, or pick up a little something for yourself. To learn more and register for these and other events, please read the Life at WHC email each Thursday or flip through the Temple Journal. Okay, down to business. Every Shabbat, we increase our joy by reciting Kiddush. This is a moment when we remember the miracle of the Exodus and celebrate our freedom. At Washington Hebrew Congregation, we also use this moment in our service to remember Camry Lauren Nathanson and the power each person has to make an impact in our community and to change the world for the better. As we celebrate the milestone of our Benat Mitzvah, Aiden Engel and Sasha Rosenman, we invite them to the Bima, along with all the children who are present tonight, and I know there are a few of you because I just saw it, to come forward.
To get a glass of juice. You don't have to do anything. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Great. Okay. The theme of the evening, I feel. Wonderful. Grab some juice. Good. Good. All right. I think Sasha's going to start here, right?
Oh, I said.
Yeah. Go for it.
Vayhi erev, vayhi boker, yom ha'shishi. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day.
Great. No. Yes.
The heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work and of creation that God has done. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'charta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon, chinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
L'chaim. No, that was good. Amen. Take a sip. You're fine. Don't worry about that.
Go ahead.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Just take a sip. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Mazel tov to all you. Hey, stick
Perfect.
around
Stick
for a
around,
minute.
stick around, stick around. Can you go
That
get
was
the
awesome. That was really good. I'm
No?
very
Okay.
impressed.
challah? Ava, can you go get the challah? I got it.
All right. This is the last thing, everybody. This is the
Well,
last.
almost the last thing.
Almost.
Almost.
Come on forward. This is very important.
Yeah, you stay. Keep drinking. Keep drinking.
There we go. Thank you both. How nice. This is a very important thing. I'm just going to scoot right here. Okay, turn around, turn around, turn around. All right. Synchronized challah holding here. There you go. You're all set. Beautiful. Do you guys remember the motzi? We all know the motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei haolam. Beautiful. So you're going to take that back right where
Wait,
you
not
were.
yet, not yet, not yet.
I'm
No,
messing
you
everything up
yes, but
tonight.
not them
Stick
yet.
around up here.
Sorry.
I'll take that corner. Thank you.
Perfect. You can hold the front. There you go. Everybody get under. Everybody
Get
get under.
under, get
We
under,
promised a second priestly blessing.
Right.
Right.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. May God show God's face to you and be gracious unto you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God show God's face to you and grant you peace. Amen.
Amen. Amen. And as
Thank
our
you.
children go back to their
Go back to your
seats,
seats.
we conclude our service with Shalom Aleichem, which you can find on page 323. And we'll start as soon as I grab the guitar. Please join us.
Do a quick
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Shabbat Shalom.